I clicked join session. I'm such... Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to leave and turn back, but hopefully if it loads. Okay, let me. Cool. I'm gonna join one more time because I clicked join session. Yeah. Okay, cool, it works. Are you in the lobby? Welcome everyone to the Breakout Racing League realistic tier season. I think this is 9. Wow, I'm already losing count from all of these seasons that's going on by. It's going by really fast. But I'm your host, Cheese33. Joined alongside me is Axe. Hopefully this stream will run smoothly, as we hope. My Xbox isn't really the highest quality. About 5 years old, but anyways. New game, new season, fresh start for a lot of these drivers. New drivers, old drivers, new names, old names. And what is it? 16 race long season, 13 race long season, Axe?
We've got 17 races this season.
17. So it's a bit of a lengthy season. Not as lengthy as the past the past seasons. I remember it was like 23 or 24. That was really long, but nonetheless, this is the season opener, chance to prove what these drivers are capable of. The new game, sort out their pace, see what their rivals are. We have 4 minutes left of qualifying 1. If you guys are not familiar with the realistic tier, we have full qualifying, set of 3 qualifying sessions. Lowest 5 times get knocked out, and then we go into the next qualifying session, which is Q2, and then Q3 for the final one, where the top 10 battle it out for pole position.
Yeah, we've got an interesting rule change this year. In Q2, they no longer are required to start on the tire that they qualify on in qualifying 2, so it might make it a little more difficult for those guys in some of the bottom teams to make that step up into the top 10 shootout, but it does mean that we get to see some blazing lap times every single session.
Yeah, of course. Expect to see a lot of people just run it out on the softs. No mediums are hard for qualifying sessions. You got 4 sets of softs for these 3 sessions to knock out your best times. Axe, I haven't driven this new game much, but what is it compared to the last game? We haven't had a stream since the last game. Actually, it's been a few weeks waiting till the release of this game. It's not finally come out, and we've sorted out the seasons. But yeah, tell us how these cars are like, how the game's like.
It's a, it's an interesting change to 2021. Cars feel a lot heavier in the steering. You can really feel that, and the tractions. Um, it's a different learning curve for some of these guys. It's been easy for some, and some others have had some very big problems with it in the past couple of weeks. But uh, there was a change to the handling model. The tires have also been changed in the handling model, and so far it seems to be pretty nice. There's still obviously your bugs in the Codemasters game, but hopefully we'll be able to work past all those and have a good show tonight.
Yeah, of course. Those bugs, man, can make the races pretty tricky to handle and to negotiate. But
sure.
we're here, trying to run things as smooth as possible. Yellow flag right now. I'm not sure how much time is left in the qualifying session, but obviously with the new game comes the new car performances, and right now Mercedes, third fastest team, as the game shows, are 1 and 2 in the first qualifying session, so definitely showing they have a lot to prove. Hoopalicious, former Tier 1 driver. Well, actually, since the new tiers got released, active Tier 1 driver with Sufyan. Sufyan, has he raced in BRL before, Axe?
I can't remember. I don't believe he has, but I know his name and I know he's a pretty decently quick driver. Would be about, I would say, top of Tier 2 in our equal tier system, but he's not racing there currently. But yeah, good pairing so far at the moment for Merc. I feel like Red Bull's sandbagging just a little bit here. They're on some older tires doing their laps, but yeah, we're waiting for Ferrari to show up here as well. They have a good car this year.
Right.
Other than that, looks pretty good.
Yeah, Red Bull always have their little strategies to try and distract some people, I guess you could say. Get them off their groove. Boss Cookie returning to his title charge, as he said a lot of the times in the chat. We'll have to see if last season, man, it was a tough ride at the start of the season. First 10 races, I think he DNF'd in almost half of them. But Q1, he set a good quality time right now, about 2/10 off of Hoopalicious. What are your predictions, Axe? Not necessarily in results, but excuse me, who will be fighting for that top step of the podium?
I'm gonna have to go with the guy who's currently third in Boss Cookie. I believe he's gonna show up big tonight. He's great at Bahrain. Hopefully, can keep it on the track. We've done a couple practice sessions. I've seen he's had a couple little offs. Hopefully, he can settle it down and get it perfected for the actual session tonight. And I'm looking at the guy currently sitting 5th place, retired at the moment in that Alpine. That Alpine is incredibly quick in a straight line, and that is an incredibly talented driver in it. So he's definitely one to watch going forward tonight, and definitely even for the season. I think he's going to be someone like Chandler last season in that Ferrari, where he was challenging even for the championship. I think Scyther's got a really great chance at making a title run this year.
Yeah, of course. Skither, not a new face to the realistic tier, but this is his first ever full realistic debut, you could say?
I would say, yeah, debut season.
Yeah.
I would give him...
Debut season.
Yeah.
He challenged pretty well in that McLaren with the race win under his belt, and as I recall correctly, he reserved for Aston in the last race, and he was still fighting for that top 5. So the Alpine, a few tenths off of the leaders, but he's one of the most consistent drivers out there in terms of this tier, and even in terms of Xbox in total, really. Let's see what he can do.
Coming to a close in qualifying 1, and it looks like we have our 3 drivers to knock out. And surprisingly enough, it's going to be 2 Alfa Romeos. They've got a pretty good package this year. Not a very great package at this track in particular. It's more of a high downforce. It's a bit of a draggy car, but it's a shock to me that they're both out of Q1, especially Sanchez there. With Wraith actually making it out in the bottom car in the Williams. He'll make it into Q2 along with the 2 Aston Martins as well getting through. No bias to Aston Martin, of course, in this booth.
Of course not. What? Okay, I'm gonna leave and join back again because just to make sure I didn't click.
Uh-oh.
If I did click Y, I don't want to get in anyone's seats. But yeah.
While Fed is leaving and rejoining, I'll cap off our qualifying results. Hoopalicious took top step in qualifying, won just under 2/10 away as his teammate Sofian, with Boss Cookie and Toneless Death in the Red Bulls in thirds. Skither in 5th place in the Alpine, Heatwave in the Ferrari in 6th, Cam in 7th, Veyron 8th, Echo in the Ferrari in 9th, and Dayton will round out your top 10. Just outside will be the Aston Martins, Supply Raptor, Unsighted, Port, and BRL Wraith in his Williams. Outside, not making it to the next sessions will be Sanchez, Skeppy, and Phantom. We'll see what strategies those guys at the back, especially those Alfa Romeos, are going to be looking to use, because they've got some work to do in this Grand Prix, because they don't have great straight line speed in the car. Don't know what wings they're going to be running, but yeah, they've got a lot of work to do to try and get double points today if that is their goal.
All right. Yeah, so we could go over if we could go over again who got knocked out, the Alfa Romeos. Who else was it?
And it was Skeppy and a Williams. So that one's not too big of a shock, but the two Alfa Romeos definitely is to me.
Yeah, of course. If we could have, well, no one's pinged me yet, but we'll just see. Haas, of course. Haas, man. Haas with their finally have a good car under their belt.
You know,
of course, Axe. Well, both of us were familiar with that performance last year.
Of course.
Last game.
It's a great car to be in, can't lie. Had no flaws whatsoever. But Ethan this year, he's made an incredible package for that race team. Hopefully, a lot of pizza to come. For Port and Alphanese is going to be their two main drivers this year.
I don't know about that. He still owes me that that pizza from my last points finish, but we'll see. We'll see.
You just got to keep hounding him. Give it up.
For real.
Cam will be first to set a lap in this session in the McLaren. McLaren got a decent package again this year. About, I would say, similar to what they had last year as well. So, looking to do more of the same, challenge for wins if possible. But they do have the Merc and the Alpine to try and leapfrog as well this year. So, going to be a tough one for Cam and Dayton. Veterans in the realistic tier here, so they know what they're doing. They know how to get results. Cam, of course, last year's Red Bull manager, decided he doesn't want to do that anymore. He's going to take the reins of the wheel for Zach the Beast in the turn 1 here. Not sure if it's an old set or a used set of tires, though, so we'll see what the lap time is.
How big is the gap between old tires and new tires?
It's a lot bigger this year because the tires in qualifying, these softs wear out so fast, man. You're coming back to the pits after your lap and you're like, why the heck are they at 12%? So,
oh man,
it'll be a big
just
gap.
Have to wait and see.
We'll know if they're on a newer used set. So it'll be an interesting dynamic because some will want to leave it to the last minute to use their new sets. Some will want to get out there and try and relieve some of the pressure of the final couple of minutes of qualifying.
Of course, a really big surprise for me is no bias, obviously, but the two Astons.
Yeah.
Usually the second slowest car on the grid. Both of them making it to Q2. From what I heard, it's a very tricky car to drive. So hopefully they can play it consistent in the race. Of course, it's gonna be not a short race for sure, not an endurance, but definitely it could be a strain to your hands and to your knees for sure. Cam sets a 130.4. Would that? Would you say
that's definitely
that's on
used? Yeah.
Definitely unused.
You can see Skiller has gone 28.8, and I believe that's on a new set of tires. So a lot of these guys on some old sets, I believe. The top two on new sets though, so 28.8, 29.3, not too bad times out of the gate here. Not sure what cutoff will be though.
TTM Heatwave 129.3, a couple tenths off his, well, no, I wouldn't say his rival, P1, Skither. Do you think Heatwave has the chance to, obviously in one of the quickest cars, if not the quickest car on the grid right now, do you think he has a chance to challenge for that championship battle, or will he get outpaced by his more experienced rivals in maybe Cookie, Skither, and or other cars down the grid?
I don't know. It's gonna be tough for Heatwave. I know Cookie's got a great car that suits him in that Red Bull, and Heatwave, that Ferrari's a little bit down on power at Bahrain, a bit of a power track around here. So I think him trying to just get on a good podium streak to start the season would be great, because it's Bahrain and then we have Jeddah right after that. So two tracks that won't suit his car very well compared to the Red Bulls, and the Alpine as well is very good in straight lines. So I believe he has a shot to get up in the championship mix. That's a good lap from Cookie, 28.4 there.
Times are racking up as the session continues. Echo 3x3 is reserving for the Ferrari tonight, if I'm not mistaken, and also who else would be reserving? I don't think there are any other reserves.
No,
Skither, I know, is alone on his Alpine, in the Alpine team, sadly. But he'll make the most he can to score as many points for his team. Honestly, I'm just really, for the Ferrari team at least, hopefully they can rack enough points, get a solid enough basis on their hands to try and challenge the top. Excuse me. Personal opinion, I don't know. Red Bull went for the more aggressive approach, I would say, in their lineups. Axe, obviously, you
sure.
as a league coordinator, you made the budgets. It's very tricky, especially for the top teams, to, manage their driver lineups. Because do you want to go with a one fast driver, but then risk your second driver being slow and just depend on your first driver to not crash? Or do you want to go with two, I don't want to say mid drivers, but slower drivers that you can depend on to score points together, if I put that the right way?
Yeah, you're right, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it to where these top guys in the good cars, the team owners have a choice to make. They could either go for two bottom tier 1 drivers, tier 2 driver, something like that, or they could go with one guy who's like Cookie. We know he's going to be up front in tier 1, and someone toneless who's a bit unproven on this game so far. He's had a rough time, at least in this preseason build-up that we've had. He's not been too great, so they had to take a little chance on him. But yeah, that's where we're going with. You could either try and get someone who's going to blitz the field every week, and hopefully their teammate can rack up enough points to get you a Constructors' Championship, or you can go with two drivers that you know are going to be equal pace. They can work together in the race, and you know what you're getting from those guys. So it'll be interesting to see which dynamic ends up working here.
You put it better than I did, to be honest. Now let's talk about the AlphaTauris. I'm obviously switching from team to team here. Supply Raptor teamed up with Veyron. I would say that's a decently stable lineup as far as the car is.
Yeah.
I have not driven the car,
stable
so I don't know
lineup.
how it is.
Like you said, stable lineup, and it's a very stable car. It's got a very long base, and you can definitely feel that when you drive it. It's a bit understeery, I can't lie. You have to work some turning into it, but I think these two drivers, this is an underrated team to maybe pick up best of the rest, along with, I would believe, Haas is one of my picks to do very well this year. So, Bahrain, Raptor. Bahrain, of course, our Tier 2 champion in F1 2021 last year. And Raptor's just gone to no line. He's learning it again. He's going to be my teammate in Tier 1 this year. So, I'm hoping that he makes some strides forward this year. And he's a great driver when he's on his game. So, we'll see how they do.
Yeah, of course, and there might be a bit of competition between the two. Obviously, a Supply Raptor, a Tier 1 driver. I'm not sure if Bahrain is in a tier where, if I'm not mistaken, Axe. What tier is he?
Who, Bahrain?
Yeah, Bahrain.
He'll be Tier 2 again, but I believe he's going to be towards the front.
Yeah, of course. I would say Supply would have the edge on pace, but I don't know. They're just both very close. Bahrain has a lot to prove, as well, not a lot to prove, as he already won the Tier 2 championship, but obviously he's gonna have it in his mind to beat it. Yeah, he wants to beat a Tier 1 driver, obviously. But obviously we're gonna see them both work together and rack up the points of two very smart drivers, very fast drivers. And with the car that they have, they can definitely rack up some points and silently kill a few teams.
Yeah.
If that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, definitely contenders for double points every week. I had been informed by Mr. TTM, not TTM Heatwave, that 29.3 is on an old set. So I believe he's on a new set now, and we're going to see what he could do. Oh, never mind, he's peeling into the pitch, so. Maybe you forgot to change the tires.
No, that's a Heatwave thing to do.
His teammate Echo is currently on a lap. Oh no. Oh, he's barely up, but he's got no ERS.
So he decided to do another lap on that Scarlet Red Ferrari. Man, that a hoop.
Hoop in
Oh, I
P3.
thought Hoop was in the. That Mercedes. I mean, with the lineup that they have, do you think that they have the chance to score some wins and even double podiums?
I think they do. And Hoop not on a lap, unfortunately, so backed out somewhere. But he should be safe in through Q3. He's got a second gap to 10th right now, heading into the final runs. So I would say probably that top 5 is pretty safe here in the 28s. But yeah, Merc, I think, definitely have a shot to go all the way this season. And Deer Hunter, their team leader, has signed them both to the full season. So that's it for Merc. They're committed. They want this. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, of course, Skither in that lone Alpine behind Hoopalicious in third, and then Cam sandwiching in the middle of the two Mercedes. Sufyan so far has been behind Hoop in both sessions, but he's on a lap. Yeah, just, man, Sufyan, do you think he is going to play a solid number 2 on compared to Hoop, or do you think he can start giving him a bit of a headache?
I do. I think he's going to be a great number 2 for Hoop. These two, I believe, know each other pretty well. Decent friends off the racetrack, and I think, even though they're pretty close on times right now, I think, come the race, I think Hoop just has a little bit more in him, you know? Mm-hmm. Proven Tier 1 driver. I don't know too much about Sufyan, but he could surprise us, you never know. I think a great Valtteri Bottas, if you will. It will be there.
Maybe he could. I think that would be it. Also, Williams, they've had a bit of trouble trying to sort out their team even before the season started. Do you think they can turn it around in this race and maybe even in the season, as Carbon is managing? I don't think they have. I mean, Wraith is doing really great, already up into Q2. But the second driver seat, they've had a bit of a hassle. Do you think they have chances for points, or you think they're just going to be in the mud?
I think, well, Wraith has a shot at points if he keeps it out of the wall, and that he's proven he can do that. So, Wraith's a world-class driver on this game right now. So, yeah, but Williams, they have to stabilize the second seat. Maybe need a little bit of financial aid here, but hey, no one ever said Nicholas Latifi was that bad, did he? So they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Top 5 now retire in qualifying. They believe they're all safe. I said they probably were. So looking at Heatwave, Dayton, Toneless, Echo to all solidify themselves as a top 9. I think it's going to be a bit of a toss-up for this P10 spot.
Yeah, about a minute left, I think. A few seconds left.
Port's just spun around from P11.
We have supply. I don't think Port's just destroying his tires. Stenner are going out on a lap. Veyron starting his lap. Minico starting his lap also, and Wraith is very close on his delta. So it's a very, like 5 drivers fighting for, very, very tight battle for P10 to try and get up into Q3.
LDR Redeemer joining the session. I believe he's going to be slotting into the second Alpine seat. So we'll see what he's got in that car. We have a spinner that's Echo around. Heatwave improves a 10.5 to a 29.2. He should be safe with that. Toneless should also be safe with his 29.2. And then after that, it's close. 0.6 for Echo, 0.7s for Raptor. Port's going to be done for the session. So is Wraith. He'll improve to a 30.2, which is a great effort in that Williams.
Yeah, of course. Veyron about to finish his lap going around the final corner. Can he fit into that top 10? Misses the apex a little bit, but hopefully he has enough momentum
and
on
Raptor's
the lap
around.
To try and join. Oh, that's P12 for the AlphaTauri, and Unsighted Port as well out. Wraith finishes qualifying as well. Stenner about a 10th up, almost 2 tenths up.
Minico also up half a second to Sector 2 split line. He's coming to the line first. Can either Alpine get it?
Here we go, P10.
Baston's get in. One's in. Can Stenner knock his teammate out? Oh, he cannot.
No, he can't. P13 for the European. But that's Minico and P10 dragging that. I don't want to say a bad word, but the poo poo box up in the P10.
Yeah,
up in the P10. Great stuff. Echo almost out of qualifying. 1/10 safe from Minico.
You know, top 8 pretty solidified there at the end, but from 9th down to 13th, 0.2 of a second. That's really tight. Veyron, another 0.2, and then unfortunately Wraith will be 15th, but the Williams in 15th is equivalent to what the Haas was last year, so good effort from Wraith.
Yeah, of course. Who would you say would be a surprise? Other than, well, obviously, or whatever. Just who would you say would be a surprise in this qualifying session?
Well, you have to go with the guy in 10th place is Minico, getting that Aston into Q3. See if he can steal a position or two. Of
course, by 0.003 off of Raptor.
That's
Raptor
close.
will definitely be kicking his pants right now.
I'd say my second shock would be a bad one, and that's Unsighted Port down at 12th. We had a preseason event last weekend, and that Haas was so quick at France, but fortunately lacking a little bit on traction here today, I believe, and he's going to just miss out as well, just like Raptor. So that's going to be a sting for Port and the Haas team tonight.
Yeah, the Haas seems to be a little bit inconsistent. Even in real life, you just see it be a little bit inconsistent with its pace in each tracks. Hopefully Port can manage it enough so he can solidify himself in that midfield.
Yeah, for sure. And Alpha Nisas is going to give him extra support as well when he gets into that car. I'm not sure if he's going to be here tonight. I don't believe he will. I think it's just going to be one Haas tonight, but yeah, Port's got a little work to do in this race if you want some points. Here we go, Q3.
Nice. Yep. The final challenge for everyone to rack up their fastest times. Usually this is when the track is in its fastest, and drivers have enough confidence. Well, I would say enough confidence to rack up the best times in their own car.
Do you want to predict a pole time? Because I have my number. I don't know if you played the game enough to know your number.
Wait, what? What was that?
Predict the pole time.
Whoa.
What are we thinking?
Go for a 27, baby.
Yeah.
27. A 27.
I'm going 27.
I think Cookie set a low 28 in Q2.
Yes. I'm going with a 27. We'll go 7-7-3.
Oh man. I'm gonna go 7-7-4.
Oh no.
You know what? So there are our qualifying prediction times. You guys can set that in the chat, and we'll criticize them. We'll make fun of them even. Just depends on our moods. Pole predictions, Axe?
I'm gonna go with Cookie. I think he's got it. Just needs to hook up a lap here. I think he's got 2 or 3 fresh sets to do it. I'm gonna go.
Honestly, I think Cookie is. I don't know. Cookie is a really, really fast qualifier. Sometimes he just messes it up in the race, but he might be one of just the best qualifiers in this grid right now.
Oh, for sure. And he's in one of the best hot lapping cars that he's ever gonna have. So we'll see how that works for him. I'm gonna go a little bit bold. I'm gonna go with a Hoopalicious P2. I think he's gonna beat out Scyther here, Skither here in the dying stages.
Moo in the chat, 27943, and Echo at 27962. So both of them choosing to go in the 9s. I would say, that's still very realistic for.
I would agree.
Whoa. For this grid, for the top teams, I'm gonna go risky. I'm gonna say Cookie in pole, Skither in P2, and Heatwave in P3.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm depending on Heatwave. Heatwave, you better not disappoint me.
Cam's backed out of his first lap. Dayton's going to be the first one to set a lap. Not sure how competitive. He's off the battery, so it'll actually be Cookie first here to the line with the representative time. Red Bull so planted.
Dayton sets that Boss Cookie 28-1, already almost 1/10 off of the 27 mark. Skither 28-4. Can Skither get into the 27s?
That'd be a big ask.
Yeah, that would be a big ask, but I mean, Skither is Skither sometimes.
Yeah.
He's just that good.
He is that good. He's that guy this game.
He's that guy. But 5 people out of 10 setting a lap right now. Miniko, Sufyan, Echo, and Hoopalicious and Toneless. Toneless has been a bit quiet this session, actually.
He has. But he's in the qualifying 3, so I guess being quiet rather than not being here is a good thing. We'll see what he's got in the final session here. Might have been just working his way up. We'll see.
Yeah, of course, crossing the final straight before the finish line, going through the final corner.
Looking at a high 28 here at the moment if he finishes this lap out.
Here we go.
Not even.
Reset. 29.5, not even in the 28s. He has a bit of work to do if he wants to stay in that top 5, I imagine. Miniko with a 130.3. Dayton and Cam actually have both, I would say, messed up their laps a bit. They're going to go for another run. Dayton, the 2-time realistic champion of season 1 and 2. I don't know. I don't want to call him washed or anything, but he's definitely been what's the nicest way to put this?
I don't think he's grinded the game as much as some of the other guys have.
He's definitely got life in the way compared to the others.
And that's okay.
But he's still a respectable driver within the tier, of course. His new teammate Cam, both of them are very good buddies on and off the track. Let's see what this dangerous duo can do.
Yeah, definitely dangerous with the guy Cam 5675, and we'll see if we get a late race safety car. He's gonna definitely be in our mix if we do see that. If you know, you know.
Oh. Domenico's ran out of fuel.
Oh. 30.3. What was his was it 29? 29.7 was what he did in Q2, so we'll see if
really?
I think it was it a 30 or was it a 29? I don't even remember that.
It was a high 29.
Okay.
So
yeah.
He's definitely got some pace left in that car.
Probably on an older set of tires there then. I would
yeah,
guess.
For sure.
Hoopalicious starting his lap. Yeah.
Yeah, his first lap of the session. Obviously, the times get reset each session, so you're not really safe if you're in the session either way. You still have that adrenaline running, and either way, you still have to set a fast time to start in the race.
28.3 sector 1. I'm gonna compare that to Skitter's time. He did a 28.5 on his current 28.4 lap. Sector 1. So looking alright for Hoop through the first one. See what he's got through the rest of it.
It's been a fairly tidy lap for Hoop this lap.
Yeah, I would say he's probably just making sure he gets a good lap in to where he knows he can start up. I would say in that top 5 area. And hopefully final run we'll see him really go for it. But purple sector 2, not sure if I believe that, but
yeah, Cody's can be a bit buggy sometimes. I'm not sure if he'll be able to set another lap after this. Come into the pits in time.
Oh, it's gonna be tight, yeah.
Yeah.
So up to the line.
DRS open though.
Whoa.
There we go. Fastest time of the session. Already into the 27s. Really close to some of you guys' predictions in the chat. Boss Cookie already setting a lap, and he's seen that already on the top of his screen. So he's definitely going to be pushing as hard as he can to improve by around a tenth. A tenth or
He's
two.
already up. Already up a tenth and a half.
Yeah, he's already up.
Purple through sector 1. And this Red Bull has been flying in the speed traps all week long. Just gotta nail these braking zones in sector 2. Oh, a little bit deep. Kept the car off the outside curb. And still missing the apex just a little bit. But now at the sector 2 split line, we'll see the delta. There it is. 2.5 tenths up. Oh, he loses it.
That's his lap done. Well,
and I'm not sure if he's got enough time.
Yeah, even with the old tires, as you said, the old tires can be really crucial. There you go. I think, yeah, he's going to come to the pits. He does not have enough time.
He might be done. That might be it for Cookie, and that might be my full prediction out the window.
Sir, but Skither, Heatwave, I would say maybe you could even count Toneless in the mix for the battle for pole position. It's a really big ask considering Hoop, only driver in the 27s as of right now with 1 lap. We'll just have to wait and see. The McLaren's really solid performance in 5th and 6th in front of one of the Ferraris, and Toneless Death in the Red Bull. Toneless Death going through turn 10, DRS open. I'm not sure about his delta if he's If his lap has been good or not.
He was up 2/10 after the Sector 1 split, and we're coming up to the Sector 2 one here, if he could get there.
Sufjan about to finish his first lap of the session.
Half a second up is toneless.
1:38. So he's going to have to set another time if he wants to get outside the top 10. Sorry, outside the top 10. Yeah. What?
Move himself up further. Yeah,
move himself. Yeah. But Toneless Death crossing the line, moves up into 5th position, right behind Heatwave.
Saito's backed off again.
Again, really?
Well, it's
interesting.
Well, actually, I don't. I mean, he's says he's on a flyer, so he's not on a flyer. So, Hoop and Cookie are out again on the track, but I'm not sure how much time, if any time.
Maybe it's just a glitch, I think.
We could have a bit of a glitch here, but we'll see.
Yeah. Miniko in the Aston Martin in front of Sufjan. He'll be hoping to keep it that way, of course, in the same Mercedes-powered car, but in roughly around 1.5 seconds slower. As I forgot to mention also, these cars are bunched up in the gaps a little bit, I would say. Last game, the gap between the slowest car and the fastest car was around 3 seconds? Somewhere around there, 2.5, 3 seconds?
Yeah, 2.5, 3 seconds, depending on the track, yeah.
Now the slowest car would be around, I heard it was like 1.3 to 1.5 to 1.8, I don't remember.
I think it's about 1.8 to 2.
So 2 seconds. It's a bit closer to last game. So we'll have to see what everyone does. Yeah, Boss Cookie, Hoop is done, but Cookie is on a lap. What about Heatwave? Heatwave 3/10 up on his lap based off last sector. Moves up into 3rd position. Beats Skither.
Don't count Skither out.
Yeah, of course. Skither still on a lap. Miniko closing his lap. 4/10 up on his time based off of last sector. With 2 corners to go, we'll have to wait and see on if once he crosses the line. Can he beat Echo? No, he can't. Stays in 9th.
Matched his Q2.
Beats the Mercedes of Sufjan, actually. Yeah, beats his Q2. Next up are the 2 McLarens. Cam with a purple sector 2. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. But coming across the final straight before the finish line, coming across the final corner. I would say that's a solid final corner. What can Cam do? Can he beat his Red Bull rival, Toneless Death? Yes, he can. Toneless Death cannot improve as he's retired. What can the McLaren teammate do? In Dayton,
Cookie's
he
done.
Stays in 7th position.
Cookie
is also done. Oh, man. And Skither moves up into 3rd.
So that'll do it for qualifying, I believe. Cookie jumps into the pit lane. A bit of an anticlimactic ending, but you've got a Mercedes on pole with a Red Bull in 2nd. That sounds very familiar, but not this year.
Yeah, Hoop, man, was flying in his first lap of qualifying. Just had that confidence in the car. Compared to Cookie, I think he made 2 mistakes in both of his laps, both of his final laps. But nonetheless, P2, a good result to start on. Skither's just said in the chat right now that he could have had the chance for pole, but obviously that wasn't meant to be as he starts 3rd in the Alpine car.
Yeah, I feel like we've got a little bit of a jumbled up grid to start this one. Cookie starting 2nd, Skither obviously 3rd, Heatwave as well, don't count him out in 4th, and then Sufjan 10th in the Merc with his teammate on pole. And they were pretty equal, I would in Q1 and 2, so I wouldn't count him out either.
Yeah, and also this goes from what we talked about earlier with the budgets acts. Toneless Death and Echo, the 2 second drivers to Hoop and Cookie and even Sufjan actually. Only 3 cars in the top 6 are Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari. So that's a very interesting thing to know on. the strategies the team principals chose on for the Grand Prix.
Yeah, great qualifying by McLaren as well. Don't count them out. Although they're lacking a little bit in the straight line speed department, but I'm sure that Mr. Zach the Beast has got them a good setup for today. So keep them in mind in this race, and we're gonna see what strategies everyone employs here. There's been a mixed debate on what's the fastest.
The fastest strategy?
Yes. We could have some very split strategies today. We could see some starting on hards, and they could either go to the medium or soft. We could see some starting on mediums, and they could either go to the hard or even try and stretch to the soft as well. So I don't think we won't see anyone starting on softs today, but medium or hard to start, and then what do they go on second stint? That's the question that I am curious, because I'm not sure what's faster at the moment.
Yeah, I heard the softs. By the way you said as well, they go off pretty fast. 12% in what, 2 laps?
Yeah, pretty much. They wear about 5 to 6% a lap, depends on your setup and how you drive it. But yeah, it's a tough game to use the softs on it this year. So we'll see if anyone employs it. A medium to soft. It worked before the patch came out a couple weeks ago, but I haven't seen anything after it that tells me that it's possible or that it's changed. So we'll see.
Fair enough. Obviously, new game comes with its new features. With this game, there's a feature which is the manual formation lap.
Yes.
So the drivers will get to manually start their cars on the grid. Obviously, still being able to manually warm up their tires. Obviously, there's a bit of a glitch going around, but hopefully that won't affect too many people before the start of the grid. Well, during the start of the grid.
Yeah, hopefully they all get their tire temps. Yeah, the glitch has been if someone gets disqualified on the formation lap, everyone except the lobby host starts on 70-degree Celsius tires. So hopefully no one gets disqualified here. And apparently you're in the Alpine.
Oops, I don't know.
Well,
man, I'm enjoying.
Interesting.
Whatever. No, I'm kidding. I'm a race inspector at the same time.
As I suspected, if you pull up your tires on the stream,
Yes.
you've got a very mixed bag.
Yeah, there we go. Top 5 on hards. Toneless Death and Dayton going on the mediums. The 2 McLarens going on different strategies. So are the Red Bulls. Echo on the hards. And Minico on the mediums. Sufyan, that second Mercedes, on the hards. Wow, it is very mixed, actually.
Yeah, really mixed
I'm
bag.
not sure who's on, which tire has the most people on it.
We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on hards, 9 on mediums, including your AI. So just a couple more opting for the harder compound tire. But that does mean guys like Toneless, Dayton, Raptor, and even Minico, they're going to be punchy off the line here. So we'll see.
Yeah, of course, the likes of Toneless, Echo, and Sufyan, the top 3 teams, they're going to be pushing to try and get as many positions as they can. Toneless is going to try and get Cam off the line. Echo's is going to try and get Dayton off the line. Sufyan, especially for him, with a faster car than Minico, he's going to try and get him off the line. Oh, and as he spun. At least he's got his tires warmed up.
Yeah, his tires are warm up now, but he's... Oh, Cam.
Oh, and Cam, yep, as we expected. At least one person has been disqualified from hopefully no one gets
We're
does
praying.
everyone
We're
get
praying right
the
now.
glitch?
I don't know.
Everyone get your rosaries ready. Pray before the race starts.
Here we go. This might be the start. It might not. We'll see.
We'll see. Oh, well, that's... Man. That's... Yeah. Doesn't the host have to... Don't we have to restart the lobby then?
Let's see. Hold on. In. Cookie left. And
yeah, I think that's a restart.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Cookie's gonna have. Yeah, Cookie's starting in P2. He's obviously gonna want to start restart.
Yeah,
oh my! Everyone just crashing into each other. Boss Cookie leading though into turn 2.
Shut up, man.
Oh man. Well, at least that's me not in the Alpine.
True. So, we'll take a little break real quick.
Yeah, of course. How's everyone's day been? Personally, yes.
To be honest with you, I had a day.
To be honest, I had a day. Yeah, it was a day, bro. It's a day. So do you guys want to see my customization, my casual racing? Oh, do you guys want to see my sofas?
Yeah, show the sofas.
Yeah. How do I show my sofas again?
Oh no.
Oh man, so here's my sofa. It's nothing much,
Let's go.
but it's brown. I like the color of leather, honestly. I don't know if leather's brown, but here's my window, and here are my awfully weird chairs with towels on them.
Very nice.
What? That's so weird.
Got any trophies in the trophy cabinet?
Yeah, of course. No, because I'm bad.
Oh.
Let me take this. I need to remove the EA game music.
Oh yeah, you should
we
probably
go.
do that.
No copyright, please. But yeah, I mean the sofa's comfortable. I bought it off of Wish, actually.
Wayfair.
So I don't know if this is. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, that too. Sure. It's a great view. The beach. I'm not sure why I have a pool. When I have a beach. But I do. I do. I have someone else with me. I don't know if that's you, Axe, but he's just looking at his phone, being antisocial.
I don't think that's me. I got a hat.
Oh, you got a hat.
Yeah.
Man, this guy with the hat's not really good. Oh, I'm starting
Yeah,
a career.
pink shirt.
I wanna start a career.
You don't got any supercars on display, bro. You should.
Oh man, I need
You should go.
I got you.
Get your
I got
supercars
you.
up.
I got you. So I'm gonna let the chat decide. We got the AMG GTR. We got the GV11 V12. We got the Ferrari Roma. Man, what a bulky car that is. Oh my. He put like, that's like if a Ferrari 812 put like 50 pounds. Vantage F1. It's a beautiful car, except it's not fast enough to compete with its looks. F8. 720, Atura, I don't know what, Arthur, McLaren Arthur, and the
What?
GT. Oh man. All right. The chat is picking the Macca. Which Macca though? The ugly one or the uglier one?
For real.
Can you change the color?
Yeah, I don't remember how to.
Oh.
I don't remember
Man.
how I did it.
Oh, I have 2 locked supercars. Are these DLC? Oh, they're DLC. Boo.
Boring.
I'll just pick the 720S because it looks great. I love the 720S, even though it's ugly. Look at that. Oh man, what a beautiful car.
There you go. Now it's in your. There you go. Look at that. Just in your living room.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know why I would have a car in my living room, but
Yeah,
It's
I
just
got a
to show
safety
off.
car in my kitchen.
of Oh, really? Oh
Yeah.
man, you could cook some eggs when the car's running. Quick omelet for the day.
Yeah. That easy.
That easy.
Think. See.
Let's see if I can. Virtual showroom. Yes. Oh no. My visitors. Oh, we have Cookie. We have Dayton. Oh man, I did not invite these people. I don't know how they got my address. I'm gonna like you, Axe.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't like you. Wait,
Why?
what? Visit F1 Life of Axe. Oh my God, that is beautiful. Look at that. You got a Maca. You got. Oh yeah, I see that. I'm visiting
sir.
your F1 Life.
Thank
Axe.
you.
It's crazy.
You give me a like.
I got you.
Thank you.
A like. Imagine how many imagine the esports drivers, how many likes they have from people just randomly checking their showroom.
Yeah,
That's
a
weird.
bit weird.
Let me see your house. My place. Oh yeah, you guys like my here's my couch. I'll let you guys. You know what? I'll let you guys pick my couch. Which couch do you guys want? I got the gray one. I got the leather one. I got the. Okay, is the lobby even open? It's been a while.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, that's why I've been. What?
Yeah, how about you?
Saying random stuff. All right, so Bailey said black. I'm gonna pick black
Okay.
later after the stream, of course. This is better content than the racing. I agree.
Oh, I need a prediction on how many likes Yarno Otmir has on his house.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go with like 1K.
I'm gonna say 2K. No, I'm gonna say at least. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say 1K too. Ron liked the casting couch. I don't know what a casting couch is, but I have it. It's crazy. I got it from IKEA, Ron, actually. IKEA's a great place for living room stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to IKEA. IKEA sponsor us. We don't necessarily like Swedish people, but you can sponsor
Zach's
us.
made a meme already.
Oh man. Yes. I love that. Oh man. Are we doing broadcast or formation?
I don't know, bro. That's a good question, to be honest with you.
I mean, we already got manual formation lap on. Like, we broadcasted it, so I don't know. I think broadcast would be. Or we can put up a vote. You could put up a vote in announcements.
That's what
5 minutes.
Zach watching me. I don't know how the broadcast one works, so I can't
Me neither. So we got Dayton, Skither, Minico, and Wraith just hanging around, waiting for the lobby to start. Let's see what. Let's rate their couches. Oh, I still have the leather couch actually.
That's crazy.
Oh God. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to show that. Oh, okay. I showed people that people might find me. I don't know if that's is that
your
bad?
IP might have been in there.
Oh man, let's hope not.
I don't know if it actually was, but
Scared.
and it has your UDP IP address. I don't know what that means. But yeah.
Oh, Redeemer has some cool fit. Look at that. That's a nice fit, Redeemer. I like that.
What? Which one is he?
He's like all brown.
Oh, dang.
Bro.
Oh, I see. God damn.
All right, here we go.
All right. Take 2.
Yes, sir.
He thinks he's him.
So, stories for this race. Only 3 out of 6 top cars made it into the top 6. So we're gonna have to see, well, top 5, sorry. We're gonna have to see a bit of catch up playing from the number 2 drivers. Minico into the top 10. The 2 Alfa Romeos also playing catch up, getting knocked out of Q1. Supply Raptor frustrated with Minico after getting knocked out of Q2. Definitely has something to prove himself. Yeah, people picking the strategies as you said, Axe. Hard and medium tires are the favorites. I wouldn't see anyone picking softs as last time. I don't know. Actually, people might be picking different strategies as the last lobby. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone's gonna opt to do something different to last time. Just no.
Here we go. 19 seconds to formation lap. Round 2. Sorry, round 1, but take 2.
Hopefully people remembered setups. Because I would have forgotten.
You say that 5 seconds before the lobby gets locked.
Because I would have forgotten. Anyway.
Yeah. Formation lap still on manual. Hoopalicious on pole position. Boss Cookie looking to take the run on Hoop on that Mercedes into turn 1. I sure hope. Oh yeah, looking at tires. There we go. Top 5 still on. Actually, I think it was top 4, wasn't it, Axe?
Nah, that's
Starting
right.
on. Yeah, it was top 5 on hards. Toneless Death. Dayton still on the mediums. Yeah, I think it's. So it's very. The top 10 is very. I think it's the same as last time.
Yeah, I believe most
I'm not
people
sure about
have
the
gone
rest
for
of the
same
top 10.
strategy.
Yeah.
But one key thing to remember now is they have a fresh set of. Everyone at least has fresh set of softs. for the if they opt to go
right.
for the softs at the end. They don't have to rely on a qualifying set or anything like that. So we'll see.
Two people have spun on this.
Just can't.
Indeed.
Just can't disqualify, please.
Yeah, please.
Would like to see some racing tonight.
I would too. Here we go though, people warming up their tires last minute, approaching the last turn before they set their way onto the grid. Oh, Boss Cookie, very close up the hoop, showing the pressure that he wants, trying to get into his head. He wants to try and get into his head. Hopefully the grid is all set in stone. We're finally in the Alpine. Had to join in qualifying, so in a faster car compared to a lot of the cars in this grid. He's gonna try and make his way up into the field. Safety cars are also a very big factor in this race on strategy as well. It can affect strategy a lot. Half of the grid on hards, half the grid on mediums. It's going to be very interesting who can make up places, who's going to be the biggest losers, who's going to be the biggest winners. Oh, and that's Minico out. Ban. That's a ban from the league admin. Oh, man.
How are there more this time? I don't get it, man. Well,
the lights are still going on.
I don't know how their tires are, though.
Here we go. And it's lights out, and away we go. Hoop gets a really bad start. Cookie already alongside him and in the lead. Hoopalicious dying down, covering the inside. Skither trying to take that position from him. I cannot get a good angle, but Skither around the outside fails to make the move. Cam trying to make up places as well. Heatwave falling down a bit. Toneless in sixth. So far, so good from everyone. Very clean for the first start ever in BRL
F122.
As you say that,
we have two retirements at the back. There's Stenner and Sanchez going off together, and I believe we've got at least a virtual safety car.
Yeah, did you manage to capture that, Axe?
Did not, but they're in the inside wall where Grosjean went on fire, so might have got tangled on the exit of 3.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure if more cars were involved there, if they're going to have to go into the pits to change their front wing as long as they don't get affected that much in their performance-wise. But, yeah, we do have a virtual safety car. Hopefully no one gets drive-thrus in the first race of the season, as 2 people are already out of this race on the hards. Position changes while people get settled into their positions. Where's that?
Raptors had a great start.
Yes.
So is Wraith.
Yeah, Wraith in that Williams. Skeppy as well, also in that Williams. Boss Cookie moves up his position from Hoop. Hoop a bit desperate after that start. It's a green flag now. Yeah, Hoop a bit desperate from Skither to try and not lose 2 positions instead of 1. But Boss Cookie sets the fastest lap. No one gets caught out by that delta time. Heatwave is going to try his best to get past Cam in faster machinery, as he wants to keep that fight from the top. Keep that fight to the top.
Raptors got by Toneless after a bit of a lockup into turn 1, so the AlphaTauri man is going to be up into P6 first on the medium tire, interestingly enough. So we'll see what he can do and see if he hounds these top 5 here.
Yeah, what a comeback from Raptor. Already passed his Red Bull partner, Toneless Death. I mean, what? That's 5-6 positions gained now from the American on the medium tires. As you said, he is leading the pack. So whatever he does, if there's any last-minute change he wants to do to his strategy, I assume everyone would follow.
Yeah, he's got control right now of Toneless and Dayton, as well as Echo and Sufjan are going to be following them through on the hards. Probably just going to be biding their time, hoping those mediums fall off a little bit. But not a great start for the Ferrari and the Mercedes back here in 9th and 10th.
Yeah, the 2 of the top 3 fastest cars on the grid, and they're not doing so well on the hards. They're already losing that DRS from Dayton on the McLaren, on the mediums, on the faster tire. but hopefully they can keep within that train until the mediums die off. Boss Cookie, actually, wow, already outside. Sorry, Hoop already outside of Boss Cookie's DRS. Heatwave gets past Cam from the, I don't know if he got DRS or used that ERS.
Yeah, a lot of ERS has been spent up at the top of the grid. Boss Cookie at 50%, Hoop at 60, Skither at 41. So a lot of battery been used. Heatwave, a massive snap, and Cam's gonna get through.
Luckily, Heatwave just ghosted there. Cam still had to take avoiding action there to try and not crash with the Scarlet Red Ferrari. There is a spin from Skeppy. Skeppy is down. So many places in that Williams. Yeah, that's another driver caught off on this track. But so far, so good. Only 2 retirements. Echo is already caught up. Sorry, not Echo. Sufyan has caught up to Dayton a bit. Could you invite Stenner to that? Oh, that's Redeemer. Yeah.
Invite Stenner?
Yeah, because he left the session. Oh, sorry. No, he's retired. Yeah.
So Redeemer and Skep gonna be together.
There's a bit of a battle going on between Cam and Heatwave. Heatwave still very desperate to try and take on Cam. I don't think it's slowly getting away. His battle for the lead is battle for the podium is slowly dripping away. But he has the DRS now on Cam. He can go on for a second chance. There's a yellow flag on sector 3. Can Heatwave? He's not using his DRS. Can he get it on pure DRS? Cam goes defensive. Heatwave around the outside. Cam is known for his great defending. Heatwave on the inside now. Both of them side by side. Great racing between the two. A bit of contact. Cam's going to have the inside. No, he doesn't. He stays in front. He's going to try and pull a dive bomb. Nope, pulls the dummy on Heatwave. Heatwave does not get cut out and moves up into P4. Hopefully, he can keep it cool and try and catch up to the leaders once again, as he is already pulling from Cam.
And Toneless has got back by the AlphaTauri of Supply Raptor, so he's first up on the mediums now. He gets to control their destiny, so we'll see if he can go and get by these 2 hard runners here in front of him in that Red Bull. There's another spin. It's Redeemer again at the back as they're being caught out a little bit. They had no qualifying to warm up, to really warm up. Skeppy just Q1 and Redeemer joined late, so unfortunate for both of them.
Yeah, of course, the train between 4th to, say, 9th is starting to settle down a bit, but DRS is now activated, and ERS can be very effective on a straight, depending on how much you have. So we'll just have to wait and see whether someone makes a mistake. Mistakes are very prone, especially on these cars. They can be very snappy sometimes as the wear starts to grow.
Sufyan, no battery, but all over the back of Dayton here. We'll see if he's got anything into turn 1. He's looking. Oh, a big lock up ahead for Supply Raptor, and he's going to be jumped.
Will Sufyan try and make a move on Dane? Dane has the DRS and he's pulling. So far, he has to stay behind the McLaren.
So you can see,
yeah, as I said. Oh!
Good save. Oh, never mind.
And that's contact between him and Mirko! Oh! Huge crash! I'm not sure how many cars were involved there, but I think there was at least an Aston or AlphaTauri well, the McLaren definitely was involved. Echo definitely involved as well. I saw a lot of ghosting, but I'm not sure if a lot of that worked. Echo down in P14.
Echo no front wing. Dayton still has the front wing. I'm not sure how much damage he's got on that car, if any, from his excursion off the track. Echo just falling off the racetrack here. Veyron might have been involved. He's a little further back. Nah, he looks okay. I'm not sure if there was anyone else that got any damage from that. They might have gotten away lucky besides Dayton and Echo, obviously.
Yeah, Dayton and Echo are really going to have to hope for a safety car, something to try and get their hopes up for points. But going back to the front, Skither closing in on Hoop a bit now. The only driver in the top 3 to have the DRS. onto someone. Skither has no ERS though, as you can see. Hoop with about 50%. Coping with the pressure well. Bahrain passed the Alpha driver. The two Alphas battling. BRL Phantom and Bahrain, they're still battling a bit. Phantom is going to have the DRS for this corner. Already side by side. Echo. Oh, Echo has retired into the pits. But Phantom gets past with DRS very easily. Very easy move. Bahrain is going to try his best. He's very desperate to try and get past Phantom here in these early stages of the race. Both of them on two different compound of tires, so that might affect their performances when battling each other based off of exits and entries. Unsighted port also on Wraith. Man, a lot of battling going on. Has the DRS. Wraith is basically a sitting duck as he does not have the DRS or the inside line. Very easy move for unsighted port, who gets the last points paying position in the hards right now, trying to catch up to Minico. Yeah, so far so good for the American outfit and the American driver.
Yeah, he's done well to get himself up into the top 10 here. And on the hard compound tire means he's going to come back later in this race to challenge Minico and Raptor and anyone else in that top 7. So we'll see what he's got towards the end of this race. Cam still sitting behind Heatwave, and Tone with Death is saving up some battery right now. He's up to 60%. He's looking pretty good. He's waiting to attack on these medium compound tires.
Yeah. Phantom getting past Bahrain once again. Bahrain is going to be looking to defend up into turn 4. Try not repeat what Phantom did the last lap of this race, but Phantom with the DRS. Oh man, this time has the inside. It's going to be a bit harder though for him. Still going side by side, the two. Bahrain with the overspeed gets in front. Barely. Great defending from Bahrain. Finally gets past the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah, great racing between them.
Can Phantom try and get him back once again? Ooh, gets a little spin. Dane also with that little spin and that crash between Echo is gonna try and get past these two as fast as he can. Dane actually very known last season for his comeback, so this is nothing new. Faster machinery than the two, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, he's got to play this smart because he's got a long way to go if he wants to get up into that points. As Wraith has gotten back by Port, so he's doing a great job in that. Williams keeping up with some of the points runners here.
Yeah, I think Port might have been a mistake there.
Yeah, Port's going to come back at him on this straight here. Haas is
sitting duck once again.
He's just waiting. I think he's probably going to wait. Oh no, sends one up the inside.
There we go. Oh man. What a send from Port, but obviously he's going to have the outside for the next corner. Who's going to have the DRS for this straight? Looks like Port is. He has the position and he has the DRS. Yeah, great stuff from Port. Hopefully his progress won't be undone again by a mistake. He still has a chance to chase down Minico.
And Dayton's got by Phantom. He's going to be working on Veyron this next lap here. And then he's
casual Tochan activity, says Ritzy. Just a casual race for Taylor, catching up the field once again.
He's great at recovering these types of drives. He's always on the money when he can be. Might have trouble, but usually when he has trouble, it's early enough to where he can get back in the race. So it's 13th now, but still on those medium tires. He's going to be a little bit faster than those hards at the time being, as we have another yellow at the back. It's Deemer having a bit of a mishap down at the hairpin.
Yeah, Deemer seeming to struggle in the Alpine. As you said, he joined very late into this race with no practice, so it's not looking good for him.
Skidder as well back up front. Been able to save a little bit of battery here. He's gotten back up to 40. And he's stuck with Hoop. So I think he's maybe had a bit of a phase with the tires where it wasn't feeling too great on his car. He started to get used to it. He's been able to drive around it now and or vice versa, Hoop might be falling off a little bit. 4.2 back from Cookie. I'm not sure how big that gap was beforehand, but
around like 3.5,
still
something
yeah,
around there.
it's close between second and third, and Heatwave is still about 3.5 to 4 seconds off of them. He hasn't really made any progress, if any at all.
Yeah, Hoop trying to break that slipstream from Skither. Alpine, I would say, would be a bit better in a straight line than the Mercedes, if I'm not mistaken, Axe.
Yes,
Skither definitely has that advantage. But he's been complaining a bit on low speed stability on the car. Hopefully with that weight he has on the fuel, maybe that might help him a bit.
Yeah, the Merc and the Alpine are almost polar opposites in terms of where they're strong. And the Alpine's really strong on the straights and some of the high-speed corners where you kind of just flick it in. But the Merc has been great at low speed. It's great on traction usually and great on the brakes. So Hoop's got his hands full down the straights and on the overtaking areas of the racetrack. As you can see, Skither's just right behind on his rear, but can't make a move yet. Still saving some battery up. So now they're dead even on the battery, and I think we're going to see a move relatively soon, if not in the pits.
Oh, right. Yeah, so much battling on track. I almost forgot their strategy this game. What would you say would be the pit window?
If you're on the mediums, you're looking to pit anywhere in the next 2 to 3 laps for some hards, or you're going long to about lap 20 to try and strap on a set of softs for about 8 to 9 laps. If you're on the hards, you're looking to pit about halfway for a set of mediums, or again, you're going to 21 or 22, I would say, and go 7 laps on some softs. We'll see what they opt to do. Because the tire warm-up on this game is not fun.
Oh, right, yeah. So I've heard that's definitely going to play a big part on strategies, especially with the undercut, the overcut.
Overcut is viable on this game at most of the racetracks. We'll see how it fares tonight. Should work alright if some of these guys are going onto the hards. But we've had a bit of a breakup here. As I say that, we've got a first car in the pit lane.
Thomas Death into the pits, going onto the hards, I assume.
Will be a set
would
of
you say
hards.
It's a bit early, Axe?
It's a little bit early, but that does tell me he's not been too kind on the tires. He's been pushing in the dirty air behind Heatwave and Cam most of the stint, so he's going to be looking for an undercut on them, and then he's going to try and hold them off towards the end here.
Yeah, of course, the field's been so close, especially that train he's been in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to try and pull something aggressive. He is in faster machinery, so he might be able to pull off that risk, but you can see right now. He's got a lot of battery, but he's just nursing those tires right now, as cold as they are.
Just, he doesn't want to turn when you get on them straight away. But he's got a lot of room to warm these things up and get going, because he's got 4.5 seconds to Phantom in front. He's got a nice gap to Skeppy behind him as well, so yeah. That's pit lane
into the pits. Not a good day for a Redeemer.
Heatwave's got the gap down to 2.9 to Hoop and Skither, but if you look at his battery usage, he's running a little bit low. So we'll see if he can continue to keep up this gain that he's had at 12.
Yeah. He's been setting the pace so far this race, as he did last time he was in the Red Bull and last season.
Cam's just sticking with him barely, but also out of ERS as well. Sufyan is also out of ERS, a little bit behind them. Raptor's also out of ERS. Port's got a little bit to work with. So we'll see if he can get up to Raptor there. As Phantom also pits to the hard compound tire.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot more cars go into the pits as these laps progress. It's more likely going to be the medium runners that are going to be pitting. Heatwave trying to break the slipstream off of Cam. He's feeling that pressure for sure. Cam is not a, I wouldn't say good driver, but he's not a.
He's a menace.
He can definitely, yeah, he's a menace. He can definitely get into your mind a lot on track, off track as well. And Heatwave knows this, but he's pulling that, he's using that ERS, and he's trying to break that slipstream from him. Almost, Cam almost out of the DRS. Not enough though.
Two of the greatest esports team owners at the moment. Talk to me nicely, esports on top, 4-5. We also got 1 and 2. Just a little flex.
Sir.
Aren't
you part of it?
Yes, sir. Gonna be racing this weekend.
Oh, let's go. Minute go into the pits. That's 3 drivers into the pits now. Toneless Death still going strong.
And Wraith getting passed by Veyron here. The medium's really starting to fall off here.
Yeah, they are. He has a DRS though. Can he fight back? I don't think he can. He's gonna stay in a bit. He might be pitting this lap. Skither. Almost out of DRS range from Hoopalicious.
Yeah, but look at his battery percentage compared to a few laps ago. Already up to 70%. Hoop is at 65 as well, so he's been saving it up. And Cookie's been running away out front with 24%, so I don't think the 5.5 second gap is small enough for Hoop to close with 60% battery, but see. Cam's just barely trying to stay in here.
Hoop and Skither, both very experienced drivers, so they both know this. They don't know what's best, if the undercut or the overcut would be best for both. They're running long on the hards, so there are very different tire strategies compared to the rest of the field. The tire warm-up on the mediums would be slightly better than the hards, I would assume, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Hards take about a lap to even get up into the optimal range, and mediums, you probably get there in about 2 sectors. Softs, you'll be there at the end of sector 1, so.
Okay. That's good to know for the rest of the season then.
Dayton's coming out onto his new hard compound tires, but look how much he's so far behind Toneless here. He's going to be just behind Skeppy here as he starts to warm up his tires. We'll see how far back Taylor could get into this race here. Although not an optimal strategy from here on out for sure.
Yeah, especially with the position he's in, but I just love seeing the cars just go, like the driver's just struggling with the cold tires. I mean, he's already lost at least a second. Yeah, great for racing, great for strategies. We'll see if Supply, the leading medium runner who's been, wow, Cookie the fastest lap, but Supply, the leading medium runner from the start of the race, I'm not sure if he's going to pit this lap or not.
If he doesn't pit this time, I would suggest he's probably going to a set of softs.
Medium soft it is then.
Oh, nope, never mind. This is where he comes out.
Port gets past him.
I'm curious to know where Toneless comes out in comparison to Cam and Heatwave when they box.
Yeah, they were on very different strategies. Minico, I think, was battling, or was very close to Supply. So I'm just waiting to see what that gap would be with them both. Which strategy would be the best. Which strategy has paid off for sure, because right now we've seen a lot of people pitting, but not a lot of people actually pitting like close to each other that have pit, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, we haven't had any battles. Minico, look how much more grip he's going to have right here. That's the difference. between the tires that have been heated up for 2 laps compared to Wraith coming out. And you can watch as the Aston disappears a little bit here on the exit of 4.
There's only one driver remaining on the mediums. Everyone else is either pitted for hards or started on the hards.
I'll get him back in here.
Yeah. Yeah, Skither. Oh, Skither very close into Hoop. I think he tried to make a move, but decided to back out of it. Look at how much ERS he has compared to the Mercedes. Hoop, once again, feeling that pressure from Skither. He has felt a few laps ago. Both of them have been fairly equal in pace so far, but I mean, they've been on and off. Skither almost lost ERS to Hoop. Ooh, I think that's a McLaren. Dane has spun on those cold. Well, I think he's been on those hards for some time, but that's a spin. Hopefully, thankfully he hasn't retired, but that's another disadvantage to his race.
Another setback for him. We have our first hard runners pitting. Port and Veyron have come out on a set of mediums, so we'll see how long it takes them to warm those up. Port has come out just ahead of Raptor, so we'll see actually if Raptor's able to get by him here. Oh, Port really wide.
Port really struggling. I assume his tires would be warmed up by the hairpin, but look at how much grip Raptor has, trying to find the space. Will he go down the inside? Yes, he does. What a lunge! Contact between the two pushes Port into the curbs. Port is still there somewhat, trying to get his nose in. Has the inside barely for turn 10. Look at that! Beautiful defending from Supply Raptor. Port has the DRS. Will he try and fight back? No, he doesn't. Stays in P9 and is going to try to get him later on with the fresher rubber. Hoop has pitted, opting for the undercut on Skither. Let's see how this plays off as the race progresses.
Now Skither's going to be looking either to go a little bit longer here, or he's out of purple sector 1, so I think he's going to start using some battery on his in-lap, if it is the in-lap. Cookie out front's got a lot of time to decide what he wants to do here. But Hoop now has to go for it. Try and break that DRS.
I think this was what Skither was waiting for Hoop to pit, and for Skither just to use as much ERS as he can to try and gain that advantage from Hoop's really, really cold tires.
Port and Raptor side by side out of 3 as well, up to turn 4. Port on the inside, get that one done. It looks like tire warm phase has ended for him, and Raptor might have to settle for a P9 for now.
Yeah, these two have been battling a lot in this Grand Prix. And we're definitely not gonna stop seeing that.
Skither stays out, and he's used a lot of his barrier. That's a statement fastest lap there to Hoop. We'll see if he can match anything on the mediums. And Cookie's in on his mediums. Heatwave is coming in for a set of mediums as well as Cam. So same strategies for those drivers together. We'll see where Hoop comes out. And we'll be able to we'll see who gets the jump, Skither or Hoop.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Skither definitely knows something we don't. I mean, he stayed out for 2 laps from Hoop. I don't know.
And it could be looking to stretch for a soft tire here.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He's been pushing so much with that ERS, and Hoop, I mean, so far has been struggling a little bit from those mediums from what I can tell so far. So maybe you're right, Axe. Maybe you're right. Maybe he might be pushing for those softs. Maybe he's thinking for the long run here. Maybe he wants that win from Boss Cookie. I don't know.
Could be trying to stay out long and wait for any virtual or safety car that comes out here. We'll see. But 3 drivers yet to pit. We've got Skidder up front, Sufjan in second. As Skidder comes into the box now, we'll see. I believe that's
enough for softs?
I don't think so. I believe set of mediums. Yes.
There he goes.
Fortunately.
All right, here's what we've been waiting for. Skidder versus Hoop, the battle for P2. Hoop just crossing the final corner.
There goes
Snow
Cookie.
had the best 2 out laps. Yep, there goes Cookie. Where goes Hoop? Skidder just comes out of the pit lane.
He's actually quite a ways ahead.
Yeah, there we go. I think, well, we'll have to wait and see from this sector. There's a yellow flag. A Williams is spun. But Skidder desperate to warm up those medium tires as Hoopalicious is slowly creeping up on him.
But I think Skidder's overcut has worked here. He's going to be able to stay ahead of Hoop, I believe.
Yeah, he has.
Toneless's undercut has not worked at all, by the way. He's dropped 5 seconds to Heatwave and Cam.
Oh, man. I think it was mostly because, I mean, you just saw Toneless struggling a little bit. Maybe he didn't use as much ERS, and Cam and Heatwave have been pushing each other so much. They were both on, like, less than 5% ERS each lap. Cam trying to fit in the DRS of Heatwave, and Toneless, I don't know, maybe he was just too confident with the strategy. He just didn't push as much.
Take a look for P2. Hoop's closed right up to the back of Skidder, but Skidder's tires are going to be pretty much in the money range now, so we'll see if he's able to keep it ahead on this main straight. Hoop's going to have some DRS and some ERS to play with. Cookie with a fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 30.7, and Hoop on the battery a little bit. He's going to be able to fly by Skidder here, not using any battery.
Here we go. Skidder's waiting for that DRS for the next straight. We've seen a lot of drivers come back on the second straight after getting passed in the first straight, but I think Skidder's just opting out of it.
Yeah, waiting, playing the long game if he can.
9 laps to go on this Grand Prix, and the battle's not over yet. Skidder's overcut has worked, but it's just that maybe Hoop is just has the edge on the medium tires so far. Oh, that's a spin from Skeppy. I can't. Canadian struggling. I don't know if he has a puncture or not. Goes into the pits. There might be another retiree from. Yeah, he does. He has a puncture. That's a retiree. Maybe. No? Okay, great.
I think he's looking for a set of softs here, have some fun at the final couple laps.
Or do you think he stayed out so much to where he got a puncture?
Maybe. I mean,
Skeppy, what a man.
We've got 2 battles on the racetrack right now. We've got second place, Hoop and Skidder, but we also have for P6 between the Red Bull and the Merc of Toneless and Sufjan. Sufjan, not much battery to play with, neither does Toneless, but we'll see if he's able to get a good run and launch out of the final corner. Look at that Red Bull straight line speed, though. Finally, he's going to be able to close him back in. The Mercedes will take the outside for turn 1. Bull breaks a little bit later, a little lockup. Oh. And the Merc is through. Can Toneless fight back though? Doesn't have the DRS, but look at this straight line speed from this Red Bull compared to the Merc. Can he get back? No, he cannot. Looks like Sufjan's gonna be good to go through. Because he's on those medium tires, he should be able to pull away. And we'll see if he can catch Cam.
Yeah, great scrap between the two. This is obviously battling for the Constructors' Championship, you would suppose. It's still early in the season, but these 2 top cars, obviously it's not hard to tell that these 2 will be obviously fighting for P2 or even P1 in the Constructors' Championship. So these are very crucial positions so far early in the Grand Prix and early in the championship.
Yeah, We also have Dayton closing up to the back of Minico for P11. And then there'll be a 6-second gap. I don't know. We'll see if he's able to catch one of the AlphaTauris. I'm not sure which one he'll catch because Raptor's ahead at the moment, but on the slower compound tire, we'll see if Veyron's able to catch him for P9. But good day for AlphaTauri. Looks like it might be double points for them if they can keep it clean here.
Yeah, Skither slowly creeping up on Hoop again, but not using the ERS. Maybe he's using the same strategy as last time where he's just saving up that ERS, waiting for an overtaking opportunity. This time, the overtaking opportunity being on track and not in the pit.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a move. Dayton
on Minico.
Yep, get that one. Nicely done from the McLaren. Fortunately, Minico looks like he's just on the wrong strategy today.
Yeah.
A good effort in that. Aston Martin almost wiped out as I said that.
Do you think Dayton, with 6 laps remaining of, well, roughly, no, 7 laps remaining of the Grand Prix, do you think he has enough pace to catch up to Veyron, try and get that final point?
I think he does, but he's going to need a flawless final 6 laps here. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
2 AlphaTauris don't have
with
battery, but he doesn't either, so.
Yeah, even with the tire advantage as well. 6 laps and 6 lap old mediums and 8 lap old hards. We'll just have to wait and see. Battle for P2. Skither still behind Hoop, playing the patient game. Maybe waiting for the final lap. I don't know. I'm just playing so many scenarios out here on what Skither might be thinking.
I'm thinking he's waiting for either the final 1 or 2 laps as Skeppy's back around. I thought it was 2.
I thought that was Cookie.
I saw the blue. Cookie's had a very silent but very nice race out front, which is good for him because that means he's done nothing of note wrong today.
Nothing of no wrong. Yes. 8 seconds up on Hoopalicious. I wouldn't say the battling between Hoop and Skither has affected them much because
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's just purely pace. Cookie has done. Well, the race is not finished yet, but he's on momentum right now, on par. Skither 5/10 in front of Hoop. Sorry, behind Hoop. Almost full battery compared to Hoop. Hoop on 50%. It's a good thing to tell the engineers there.
Yeah, Skid's looking really good for a P2 here.
Skippy again in the pit lane. This time decides to retire. That's our 5th retiree of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, not too much.
I know the race isn't finished yet, Axe, but I don't know. Based off the strategies right now, which one do you think has paid off more, the hard or medium, or the medium or hard?
Definitely hard medium. They've got a top 6 lockout at the moment. Of course, they are in faster cars, but then you also have to look at Port, who started outside the top 10, currently 8th on the medium. Toneless, on the other hand, was up fighting for a top 6 and is falling off about 9 seconds off of Heatwave and Cam, so I really do think that hard medium today was the way to go.
Right.
And Veyron might even catch Raptor if he can get it together. Either way, though.
Seems to stay in Dane's DRS though. He's been on par with him a bit.
Yeah, Minico's doing a great job to hang on to him for now, trying to save as much battery as he can. But back up again. So Hoop on 54, Skither 89. So Hoop really got to save up a little bit of battery here. for the final couple laps if he wants a shot at this P2. He knows that.
Yeah, closing stages of the race now.
He knows what he's got to do.
Both of them know what they've got to do. Hoop a little bit on the short end of the stick there. Skither has shown him a lot of pressure throughout the race, but he's been coping well, has Hoop.
Yeah, he's been alright with the pressure today. It seems like he's not lacking too much straight line speed compared to Skither. That tells me Hoop's really dialed into this car and made a setup that's worked for this Mercedes to get some straight line speed out of it and keep his cornering ability. But fortunately, I think that does mean that he's given up some of the raw cornering ability that car has. And maybe, I wouldn't say that's cost him the win today, because 8.5 seconds is a lot more than just giving up some straight line speed for faster cornering. But I do think it's keeping him in second right now, I think. But we'll see if that continues, as he's got to tap the battery again a little bit, and that's just depleting it ever so slightly, while Skitter's able to sit right there and wait for him.
Yep, Skither, as close as he's ever been, has a DRS as he's always had on Hoop. Decides to think away from the position. Still 4 laps left remaining, but funny you mentioned that with the setup tweak. As you said, he has a little bit of less raw cornering ability compared to Cookie, but I think it hasn't affected him much. It hasn't affected him. Whoa, hello. It hasn't affected him much compared to Skither, because Skither, as you know, the Alpine is very tight on the corners, very how do you say, very hard.
Yeah, it's been on edge, I would say. It's been I don't know, it's a weird car. It bites and then it doesn't. So he's also had to fine tune into that as well a little bit. And he's able to run a little bit higher downforce to Hoop, I would say, because that Alpine just has so much more straight line speed. But now he's starting up the ante here. He's used a little bit of battery down this back straight. We'll see if he's got anything into turn 1 here.
Still on his back. This time creeping much more than he's ever been. Hoop goes defensive. Oh, a bit to the right. Skither yields. Hoop knows he's still there, though. The battle's not over yet. We've got one more straight before the Sector 2. Skither yields again, but wow. I mean, this is 2 laps left. Skither, I would say he hasn't been using a lot of ERS. He's just close raw pace-wise, and maybe he's not trying to force an overtake. Maybe the overtake is just, it's just there. Maybe he's gonna have to, yeah, he has to take the overtake maybe.
I think his best shot is going to be into turn 1, and then he's going to have to try and hold off Hoop down into turn 4. I don't think that Alpine has the traction that the Merc has to get the run down into turn 4 for him. So I think his battery's going to help him out a lot in that department.
Can we just talk about the amount of penalties everyone has? Only one driver out of, well, Skeppy also had a penalty, but one driver out of 14 have a penalty right now. That could be because of the curbs. You know, these curbs can be very deadly sometimes, and it forces you to stay off these track limits. But yeah, here we go. Skither and Hoop.
Both on the battery.
Hoop using as much as ERS as he can. He goes defensive, but Skither with the straight line speed of the Alpine goes up into P2. Hoop thinks of it. Oh, goes a bit offline, but Skither has that position now. Remember, the battle is not over yet, or maybe it is.
This is what I'm talking about. Hoop's going to have to get a good run out of turn 3 up into this turn 4 to have a shot. And now he's got to keep it clean through sector 2. They're pretty even on the battery once again, so Hoop could be in a shot to get back his second place here.
Yep, Skither, I mean, maybe Skither planned to pass Hoop at lap 28 the whole race, so it's all or nothing now between the two. They've been on each other's tails for the whole race. And the adrenaline is running more than ever.
And there's a telltale question, do you want to be ahead or behind heading on to the final lap? And Skither's made his move, and he said he doesn't want to be behind. He wants to be the one in control in front. He wants to defend from Hoopalicious here. 30% battery to 22. Hoop a little bit down on that category. He might be down on straight line speed as well as he burns the battery down the back straight.
Oh man, the gap is now 6/10. Boss Cookie sets the fastest lap. But Hoop a little bit off on traction. Skither breaking the slipstream. Off of Hoop, Skither sets the fastest lap, responds to Boss Cookie. Hoop with the DRS, but is awfully not close enough to Skither. I don't think he will be for the next straight or so. Both Skither and Hoop are draining as much ERS that they've saved throughout the race. And Skither up into P2. The lap is not over yet, so he's just going to have to bring it home and stay in front of Hoop, not make any mistakes. But it's Skither. So
that was two the world-class drivers on Xbox this year. Went head to head, and Skither has come out on top today. If he could just keep it clean through the rest of this lap. Not a given, because this track is very tricky. One wrong curb and he's out of this race, so just gotta maintain what he got. And same with Boss Cookie coming. 1 sector to go for the Red Bull.
Both of the AlphaTauris battling a bit, but we will head on to Boss Cookie. Not a lot of screen time as Boss Cookie have, but what a race it's been for him. All he needs is one corner to go, and he will be the Bahrain Round 1 race winner. Boss Cookie, arguably one of the most passionate for this realistics here, wins the first round in Bahrain.
Picks up where you left off.
And Hoop. Yep, Skither and Hoop have been battling all race very maturely. Two very quick drivers on Xbox, P2 and P3 Heatwave. It's been a very quiet race for him in the later stages of the race, but had to battle off of Cam. Finishes P4 and Cam, respectable P5. Sufyan, great comeback from P6. And Toneless, very quiet race as well. Strategy did not play off as he expected, but good result nonetheless to finish off.
Both
AlphaTauris across. Yeah, both AlphaTauris have been. I think it was Veyron. Veyron was closing in on Raptor.
Raptor will take 9th, Veyron 10th, and just outside the points. Unfortunately, it's going to be Dayton. Not the race he would have wanted. But a decent opening round here, and Boss Cookie showing some of that pace that we know he has every year. It's just whether or not he could put it into the actual session. So good on him to do it first round this year.
Great race, great battling overall from everyone. We'll get on to interviews shortly.
I can say it.
Will we be doing any interviews?
Yes.
Alright. Get the top 3 in here.
There we go, Boss Cookie. First win of the season, the only win of the season so far. Skither in P2, great battling with Hoop. We'll get more from these drivers later with these interviews.
And Skither grabbing a fastest lap as well to bring his points total up to 19. Cookie will take the win from second. Hoop unfortunately pulled a third, but America didn't look too great in the race conditions compared to the Red Bull. That's definitely for sure. I believe we have Hoop and Cookie. See if Skither jumps in as well.
Yeah. I'll have to get the showroom ready too. But he has to go to sleep. GG.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Alright. Fat, are you ready?
Give me a minute. I'm loading into the showroom. Oh, there you go. Skiller.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Thank you for joining. Be sure to include your audio while I get this showroom ready. Okay, fine. Skither, great race from you. Great battling with Hoop. Tell us about it. I mean, it looks like you've been planning a lot. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I got the showroom ready. Yeah, good race from him. Axe, do you want to start off with interviews then?
Yeah, we'll start with Hoop. In P3, unfortunately, he started on pole and didn't convert. Talk us through the race, the strategy, especially in that battle with Skither towards the end.
Yeah, I think I pretty much lost out at the start, where I don't know how, but I mean I didn't get too much wheel spin, but somehow I lost so much at the start, and I lost Cookie almost to Skither, and I knew like if I was gonna be behind Cookie on the first lap, he was gonna gap me. Like I had no chance at that point for the win. And then, yeah, I was pretty sketchy on the hards. I was pretty scared to go on the power quite a bit, so I couldn't really get away from Skither. That was probably my only chance to get away from him, and that probably costed me P2 because I think, like without DRS, I had a little bit more pace. But yeah, the low downforce spec is pretty good around here. But yeah, not too much pace this week. But yeah, GG's to Cookie and Skither. They drove well.
It was fun to watch you and Skither go at it, and we look forward to more of that. Bahrain, bit of a power track as well. Jeddah next week. Are you looking for another podium? Looking to win? What is the expectation as we head towards Jeddah next week?
I do like Jeddah as a track, but it's not going to suit the Mercedes, I think. I do know Cookie won't be there, so that's a little bit of a help, but I know Skither is going to be really quick there in his Alpine and his low downforce car, so it's going to be tough to beat him, but I'll give him my best shot.
That's what we like to hear. Fred, any questions for Hoop?
No, yeah, that's everything.
You want to go to Cookie?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Cookie, dominant drive from you today. What's your mentality going on to the rest of the season? I mean, this is obviously not your first title charge in realistic, but are you planning to do anything differently, or are you going all out the same?
I don't really. I mean, I'm just a lot more cautious. Like the first stint, like Hoop said, I was not full throttle to like turn like fifth gear on a lot of corners. I was just playing it really safe. I knew I had a pace delta, and the cars behind. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be missing Saudi, so that'll put me a little bit behind. But it just depends. Some of the tracks in this game I'm really bad at. Like Bahrain's probably my best track, so it'll really depend.
Anything else, Axe?
No, I was gonna congratulate you on not spinning out in a race for maybe the first time in a while.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't. It was sketchy, but I just was playing it safe. I think I get really good starts this year, and I was able to gap Hoop by like almost 10 car lengths going into turn 1. I think at that point I was just playing it safe. But yeah, hoping Ferrari will be quicker in the next coming races. It was kind of disappointing how far they were off. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe those budgets will be loosened up a little better. But
See,
it was fun. It was a good race.
Can't confirm or deny anything at the moment. But
That's basically a yes.
will be,
But anyways, Thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you everyone who raced. It's been a fantastic season opener of the realistic tier. Tune in tomorrow at, I don't know what time, Zax, do you know the time?
8 p.m. Tier
8
3.
p.m. and yeah,
And then
and 10 p.m. right?
no.
No? Oh, you're right. 8 p.m. for tier 3. Tune in for 8 p.m. tomorrow for tier 3 and 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. right? Is
Yes,
that right?
yes.
For
For-
tier 1 and tier 2 to
job.
close off to close off our first runnings of this game and this league. Thank you everyone again, and this is Federici closing off.